fuck just happened? Sorry, the thing's completely cut off. I'm kind of hoping everyone will join the new one. The whole thing just cut off. Come on, peeps. Join my new one. I'll just sit here until people join. Hey Nancy, hey Brand. Sorry you guys, literally, I set up one video then and it crashes as it normally does. So I went to refresh and resume and the whole thing just completely cut off and said, "You done?" And I'm like, I'm not fucking done. I ain't even started yet. Oh, YouTube, I swear to God. Sort it out. Right, so, like I was saying before, paying up front don't get you a reading. That's not how this works. Should you want to say thank you and show some appreciation after you've had a reading if you get chose, then fair enough, you can super chat or donate, that's up to you. Otherwise, my guides run the show and it's not obligated. The idea is, if I put it in Spirit's hands to decide who should have a reading and who shouldn't, then for one, it's neutral, and for two, those who really need it will get it, okay? You know, because for all I know, one of you could pay and you've probably had a tarot reading done yesterday, and that's just going to mess it up, you know what I mean? Being greedy. So, I'd rather keep this as fair as possible. So, yeah. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. You lot make my Mondays great. Never mind me making your Mondays great. You guys brighten my Monday. I really look forward to doing this. And, like, you know, as you all know, when I can't, it irritates the fucking life out of me. Because this is my thing, you know what I mean? Marcus, I mean, I'm just going to be straight. I mean, Marcus has just asked if it's overkill, if he pays for it weekly. I don't recommend weekly. Because, fair enough, if you just sort of go into someone for a one question reading, then fair enough, that's not so bad. But I don't do readings for less than 30 minutes because I like people to get as much information as possible. So, when it comes to me, and that's just my personal preference, I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I advise people give it at least between 2, possibly 3 and 4 weeks before you have another reading. I mean, if you have an hourly, you could probably go a month without needing another one. Problem is, when you have readings too close together, you're not giving Spirit enough time to get the message out, and then you're just wasting your money because we're going over the same thing every week, you know what I mean? And I just feel like it's a waste of people's money. So, you know, and that's when tarot readers get greedy and they're doing it every week for people, and they're like, if they haven't got anything new and fresh to tell people, they'll just start making things up. And as you guys know, I'm a little bit more fucking genuine than that. I'm not saying every tarot reader does that, but yeah, that's one of the problems you get with going to someone. I mean, I think if you go to a tarot reader and they're like, oh yeah, I can give you one every day, I can give you one every week, you want to be careful. You want to be very careful. Yeah, giggle glimmer. I've got to be honest, I've got to be genuine. At the end of the day, I don't want someone coming to me just for the fucking sake of it. If I can save some time, effort and money, then hell yeah, I'm gonna. Whether you come to me for a reading or not. Yeah, so Bob, I actually, Celestial Guys Tarot, I actually told a lot of people about this on my previous vid. And a lot of people have been sending you some prayers, my darling. So, you're in everyone's thoughts. But yeah, you know what I mean? I don't advise people having done so close together. You're just not giving Spirit enough time to get the message across, because that's where the messages come from, you know, from your own loved ones and from spirit guides, etc, etc. But yeah, anyway, like I was saying before, here's our Clive, here's the chat mod. Any bitchiness with the newbies or anything like that, you just be booted straight off, because this guy's quick, sharp and on the point. He's on the ball. you will be removed. It's simple as that. But other than that, this is fun. We all look after each other. And if I give someone a reading that doesn't look exactly happy and pleasant, all my regular ladies on here are really supportive. So if I can't stick around to sort of give you that shoulder to cry on, proverbially, so to speak, my ladies are more than happy to sort of do that. You know, we're a support group. We all look after each other, you know what I mean? Because I've only got an hour, and I try and squeeze as many as I can in an hour. So they're all there, we're all happy, and we just have a giggle and a laugh. That's what we do on a Monday. So that's the ins and outs of it anyway. So that's it. That's the way forward. Right, I think I'm ready to start, you lot. So, like I say, spirit choosers. So, yeah. Let me see. Pop up, you lot. Let's have you. Usually, it's Angela who chooses, and she'll either give, if I'm reading through the comments, she'll give me a nudge, a tap, or anything like that. She sometimes even says a name. It all depends how strong she is at the time. Sorry, it does crash. I'm here. I'm back. Just stay tuned, you guys, and I'll bring it straight back up. Right, have I got, I was reading through the comments, but you know, because the connection went a bit funny. Oh, there she is, yeah. Elaine, I need to read for you first, my sweetheart. I did get a bit of a nudge as I was reading your comment, because they're delayed by a few seconds. So, yeah, I need to read for you, Elaine. Right, I'm gonna use my Gilded Tarot, I think, for you, my darling. Now, if you can just let me know your sun sign, and if you have any relevant questions that you want answering, otherwise I can just roll with it. It's up to you. It'd be handy, like, when I tell you lot to pop up, if you just put your sun sign, what question you want answering, or if you want me to roll with it, and then I can just go straight into it. You're a Sagittarius sun. Okay. Elaine. Sagittarius sun. Do you have a question, or do you want me to roll with it? Waiting on Elaine to say what she wants me to do. Should you go ahead and see if you was wronged with the insurance payout? Okay, so just for the record, you lot, I don't give legal advice. However, I can tell you your own personal advice according to what the Tarot and Spirit says, so just bear that one in mind. But yes, we'll look at this. So basically, I think what you're saying is you've had an insurance payout and you don't feel like it's right, and you just want to know if you should pursue it again. So yeah, we could definitely ask that question. So we're keeping it a little bit more broad spectrum. Yeah. So yeah, Elaine, Sagittarius female. What advice do you have for this lady, just in terms of pursuing an insurance payout she feels is wrong? Alright, let me just have a look. Elaine, I don't want to feel like I'm patronising you in any way, darling, but the Spirit's kind of throwing quite back on, but it's still flashing red, so just give it a minute. Sorry, I'm back. So yeah, like I was saying, Elaine, I'll just show you these cards first so that you can better understand where I'm coming from. So I've got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Temperance, the Two of Wands reversed. I've got the Eight of Swords and the Page of Cups reversed. I've got the Eight of Cups and I've also got the Two of Cups. And basically, I know why you're bothered about this insurance payout, thinking that, I'm guessing you didn't get paid as much as you thought you should have. Now, from what I can see, Spirit's trying to sort of deter you from going at this again, because the first time you went about doing this, it stressed you out to the fucking max, and I've got the stress right here with the Eight of Swords. And the problem was, you were trapped in this situation, fair enough. You pretty much tackled it head on. But the simple fact that we're thinking it's not, I'm going to agree with you, it wasn't as much as you should have got, fair enough. That is fair enough, okay. But the stress that it brought about is a different kettle of fish entirely. And that's why I say I don't really want to patronise you too much with this, darling. But what it's saying is, this Page of Cups reversed is a lack in confidence. So you're just not confident that at the minute that you could get more. That's hence why you're not too sure as to whether you're going to do it or not, because you don't know what your chances are. And that's not really for me to say. It's not for Spirit to say either. This is your choice entirely. I just feel like you're just going to put yourself in an overload of stress that you don't need at the minute, because you've got other things going on in your life right now. Because I'm actually seeing a bit of rumours and gossip elsewhere in your life, and it's sort of got me looking at this now thinking, you know what? I see why you want to do it, because I'm seeing something here about family and children. So I'm wondering if you've got kids and you just sort of want to give them, you know what I mean, the best of this, you know what I mean. But at the same time, it's basically saying, listen, it's emotionally draining to say the least, and we've got you lacking confidence with this anyway, and you're just going to end up trapped in a situation again, but this time you're putting yourself in this situation, and that's what's worse. First time around, yeah, you had to go for the payout. This wasn't your fault. This wasn't your fault. You went for it. You got a payout. Fair enough, it wasn't as much thing, but at least they paid out. At least you got something. If you go tackling this again, you're effectively trapping yourself in this situation next time around. And that's where the stress levels are just going to hit hella high water. And what it's saying is, can we focus more on your emotional connections, okay? Because wherever this gossip's coming from, it's coming from somewhere close to home. And this is the problem. This is something that's just emotionally draining you at the minute. And it's almost like you're looking for any other way to deal with any other aspect of your life, just to take your mind off this shit. Hence, throwing your son back into this insurance business, just to take your mind off things elsewhere. And unfortunately, your problems still ain't going to go away. And I just feel like you're just going to stress yourself out even more if you do. Now, whatever this gossip is about, you do need to start making decisions on how you can best deal with this, because it looks like it may get a bit out of hand. The gossip's about the accident. It got you severely depressed, yeah. And it's almost like now it's over and done with. It's better left. Let's sleeping dogs lie, if you like. Let sleeping lions lie. Because I feel like if you do this again, you're going into the lion's den. And I just don't see this being worth it. I really don't. I think your best bet for this point is, like this Two of Cups suggests, is to put a bit more focus on what makes you happy, who makes you happy, and to leave this alone now. I mean, I can only advise you. I can't tell you what to do. But from what Spirit's saying is, there is every chance this could just open up a can of worms that you don't want to open if you did try and do this again. I would seriously take this Eight of Cups serious at this stage, because it's gonna, especially coming up next to the Eight of Swords. I've got 2 8s here, and it's just sort of, I'm just more leaning to say that this is probably the best course that we can take at the moment. Yeah, I know you say nobody to make you happy at the moment, but it doesn't, I don't mean it's in love. You know what I mean? With the 2 of Cups, this is just anyone that does make, or anything that makes you emotionally satisfied. So it could be your kids, it could be family, friends, you know what I mean? Putting more focus on your own happiness. I'm taking this 2 of Cups with a pinch of salt, because yeah, if I was doing a love reading, I would definitely be like, oh God, girl, you got someone coming in. Hey, you could. But I'm leaning more towards this being focus on what makes you happy. I mean, like, do you see how these two are like focused on each other, and that's where the emotional stability and happiness can come in. That's my point. Putting focus on what makes you emotionally happy, because that focus is 2 ways. It flows 2 ways, especially if it's your kids, you know what I mean? And maybe it's time just to leave this for now, you know, because they're the ones that make you happy. They're the ones that bring you out of this depressive state, if you like, you know what I mean? They make all this worthwhile. So I definitely would take this 8 of Cups pretty seriously. Like I say, I can only advise, but that is the advice, Elaine. So and I would see if by leaving it now, the gossip blows over. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with that one now. So I hope you got what you needed from that, Elaine, and I think I'm happy to move on now, my sweetheart. So pop up, let's have you. Let me see. Oh, lovely, Elaine, I'm pleased. Right, let me see who's next. Angela, just give us a nod when you're ready. You're very welcome, Elaine. Who's next? Yeah, Jacqueline. Jacqueline, can you just let me know your sun sign and if you have any relevant questions, or do you just want me to roll with it? Jacqueline? Cancer, career and love. Okay, Jacqueline, if both career and love do show up in this reading, then I will let you know, but I've only got time really to answer one. So that, you know, people get the fair share. Let me see. Lovely. Right. Jacqueline, did you say you're a Cancer? You did. Yeah. Cancer female. She's asking about career and love, but whichever one you feel's more important, we'll go with that. Jacqueline, Cancer female. What you got for this lady? Jacqueline, Cancer female. Let me see. Right. I think I've got a love situation in front of me, but then again, I could have both. So you could be lucky on this one. Let me just see. Right. Jacqueline, are you involved with anyone at this moment in time? You don't have to go into detail because I'm pretty sure I've got it in front of me. And I'm not sure if this is a past thing going on that's bothering you now and stopping you moving forward, or if this is something you're actually sort of going through right now. But what I've basically got is, but you're still missing him, right? Okay, this makes perfect sense. Right, was there, for whatever reason, a lack of communication to do with a commitment? And I've also got, I'm not even going to beat around the bush with this one, Jacqueline. I've got the deception card right here. So it leads me to wonder, was there a lack of commitment because you weren't the only one in his life? This is what I'm asking. Thing is, I see you actually getting over your fears about this. I know you still say you miss him, but you're not completely self-sabotaging over this. Not entirely anyway. I just see you being a bit... You're not sure about a third party. There was, well, put it this way, sweetheart, there's a reason why we couldn't broach the subject of commitment. So, and if with this deception card, it might not be so much about a third party, it just might mean that he wanted to keep his options open and he just didn't want to settle. You know, it's along that line, put it like that. So I've got here the Ten of Pentacles. So this is the completion point. This is the communication, the commitment side of things. But then Eight of Wands next to it, which kind of trumps it out in a way, I suppose, is that it's just not talking about it. It's like it's there, you want it, but we're not broaching this subject. I've got here the Eight of Swords, though, and I've got the Two of Swords there as well. So yeah, I do see you being blindfolded to the truth. You couldn't make an informed decision at the time. You didn't know the whole truth. That's pretty much how this goes. And then I've got the Eight of Swords. You've had no choice. You've had to get over it. It was what it was. It ended for whatever reasons it ended. However, I pulled you the deception card. And this does say someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. So it does beg that question. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, he was cheating on you. Because, like I said before, he might have just been keeping his options open. That could be it. Whichever way it was, he wasn't completely honest with you. So in a roundabout way, you had a lucky escape. I know you're missing him, but it is getting to this stage now where this could be your advice. The Eight of Swords reverse could be your advice. Get out your head a little bit over this now. You know, it's ended. Things happen for a reason. And from what I can see, it was a good reason. I know you're still heartbroken. I know you still miss him. So I do sympathise on that side with things. I just get the feeling that you dodged a bullet here, love. I do. Now, as far as your work goes, and I have to look at this as a work-orientated thing here, okay? There's been some, how can I put this? I don't know if you're working now or again, if this is a previous position that I'm looking at. I've got the Six of Swords reversed. So I think I can say with confidence you've had to move away from a dramatic situation in a job, or a dramatic situation surrounding a job. Possibly somewhere you were training, learning, studying. I've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse, so the nightmare's over, which is good. It just, you're not quite on the right path again, with the Chariot being in the reverse. I'm just sort of wondering if you've even left, or if you've even got plans to leave. Or if you have left, maybe this is an indication to say, maybe leaving was a bit of a harsh move to make. Sorry, I can hear my kids upstairs. Jacqueline, if you could just lighten the load for me here, if you could just pop up and just let me know if you are currently still employed, or you're saying exactly what my friends are saying. What, regarding work or regarding the ex? Could just let me know if you're still working at this place or not. Because I'm seeing some sort of dramatic situation that's over. You took a redundancy and you've still not found another job. Yeah. I mean, the good news is the Three of Pentacles is in the upright position, so we can totally learn something new here, okay? Master new skills. Create something new. That's what the Three of Pentacles is all about, really. It's all about learning something new. However, the Chariot's in the reverse, obviously, because of stagnancy. Like I say, you've either not found another job yet, or you're still in the job that was a bit dramatic, to say the least. But, yeah, it was a choice. The ex nagged you to take it, yeah. This Chariot's in the reverse because you've not got, you sent another job. And now's the time to do so. And what this indication is telling me is that your best bet, your best foot forward at this point is to learn something new. Something that you enjoy doing. I'm going to say that doesn't involve too much overtime. I don't know, you know, with this Nine of Swords being in the reverse, I can't help but feel like that's a wink wink nudge nudge to say you may have done night work or overtime or something. Something that stressed you out because it was odd times or shift patterns and things. But I feel like this is learning something new to sort of give you better hours, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that's where I'm sort of more leaning towards this. Here we go, we've got a visitor. What's the matter with you? Why were you and Abby screaming upstairs?
Because I want you to come when you come to bed.
Right. You keep your hands off her, because I'm telling you something now, you go on the naughty step. Now go to bed. No, I'm not having this tonight. Go to bed. Sorry, you lot. Being a little bugger. Well, you can lie there if you really must, but you will stay quiet. Yeah, cheeky Charlie again. Yeah, mum life.
Cheeky.
I'm not cheeky. Right. You're open to the change while scarily accurate. Your little boy's cute. Thanks, Jacqueline. But yeah, like I say, I think a bit of change would do you good from what you were doing. I don't know, I just get the feeling that your last job was just too stressful and now that nightmare's over, you know what I mean? And I think that a change in career would be good for you now, because I feel like you've still got enough time ahead of you to learn something new. And this Three of Pentacles is just screaming out at me, go back to learning something. Not so much study, but you know, like apprentice kind of stuff. Learning something new on the job, so to speak. Something where you can master new skills and give yourself a new challenge. I feel like that's what you need, Jacqueline. I think you need a new challenge because I think that you're, dare I say, a little bit bored. And not just we're not having a job, but I mean you're bored in your last job. It was just tedious. It wasn't challenging anyway. It was just tedious and repetitive. I just feel like a bit of a change is going to do you good. God, it's like a Sheryl Crow song. I think a change would do you good. I think a change would do you... Oh, I love that. I love her. Very good, very good. So, yeah, that's what I've got for you then, Jacqueline. About this ex, though, I'm just going to wrap it up. I think you dodged a bullet. And I think that there's a reason why this ended. And again, maybe we were blindfolded to the truth. And maybe just seeing these cards without me having to go OTT with them is just the nudge at the backside that you need now to sort of thank your lucky stars more than anything. Okay? So yes, I will leave that there for you, Jacqueline. And I hope you got what you needed from that, my sweetheart. So, let me see. You're welcome. Who's next? Pop up. You just have to mind Charlie in the background. He won't budge.
What? What?
Let me see. Who's next?
What about someone?
Sahana, can you let me know what your sun sign is? Sahana. Hey, Linda. Oh, you're not too late, darling. I've only been going for half an hour. Yeah, Sahana, can you pop up? I think it's pronounced Sahana. Right, if you don't stop banging. Yes, Sahana. Sahana J.R. Roheen. Sahana J.R. Roheen. Just let me know your sun sign and if you want a question answered or if you want me to roll with it. Alright, here we go. Gemini sun. Will ex-boyfriend leave a son? Will he come back to you? Right. Gemini sun wants to know if Libra X is going to come back. Let's have a look. So, Sahana, Gemini female, wants to know if X Libra will come back. Sahana, Gemini female. Will the Libra X come back? I'm just going to say, with these kind of questions, it's not often when I do I'm able to sort of really... I'll explain in a minute. Let's see what these cards say. So basically what I do is I look at a past situation and then I also look at a future situation. Okay, I'm a little bit concerned that you being as hung up on your ex as you are is going to ruin your chances with someone else. So, Sahana, I'm a little bit confused as to why you want someone so temperamental to come back in your life. And I say temperamental because I've got your ex here and he's showing up as the King of Swords reversed. And this guy's not a nice guy. This is someone who words cut like a fucking knife. Very deep. Very manipulative. Very nasty. But I mean, he's holding a double-edged sword because he is a double-edged sword. He's literally got like a split personality. I mean, 1 minute, you know, is the knight in shining armour. The next minute is not so much. He's a charmer, in other words. But he's not a nice one. He's lazy as well. He didn't put much effort into your relationship. It was all one-sided. It was all you. I must admit, I'm not going to bash him too much because I do have temperance here. At one point or another in the past, feelings were mutual. Granted. However, this guy had got some serious issues. I've got no doubt the way he felt about you was real. But he was lazy and he was easily irritated, shall we say. His temper just wasn't brilliant. I just get the feeling that this guy didn't think before he speaks. He doesn't think before he speaks. He is literally a double-edged sword. But he just didn't put any effort into this relationship. So, excuse me, you lot. Charlie, you are not having that at this time. I'm not having you bouncing off the bloody walls, high on sugar, drinking Pepsi. No. Go to bed. Charlie, it is late. Go to bed. Shh. I am live. You cannot do this. You know that. If you're going to lie there, lie and be quiet. You're not having a picture. Sorry, you lot. Not nice when I've got a screaming kid in the background. Yeah, Celia, you say that. You know what? Can you guys just... I'm sorry, Sahara, halfway through a reading, but I would rather get him out of the way rather than continue when you lot can't hear me. So, just bear with me for one moment. I will be back. I'm just going to take him to bed. I'll leave this on. Come on. Oh, no. I'm not doing this, Charlie. Come on. Sorry about that, you lot. It does tend to go occasionally. In a roundabout way, I suppose it's better it went when I took him to bed and not while I'm actually out of breath. Not while I'm actually reading. So yeah, Sahara, if you're still tuned, like I was saying, I just don't get a feeling like this guy is even worth wanting back. It does beg that question. It's like he's got two sides to him. Now listen, as a future scenario, oh good, as a future scenario, it's basically saying that this guy, I've got him here, is the King of Swords in the past. So yeah, this can indicate someone who's not completely honest either. And then in the future, I've also got the Ace of Swords reversed. So yeah, I've got no doubt things won't change. I think that's just an indication to say that it's not going to change. And that you're still going to have this, even if you did come back, it'd still be like treading on eggshells. The problem is, the emotional connection's not quite there anymore. And the reason why this is because you won't be able to trust him. This is the reason. And you're not turning your back on him at the minute. You know, we've got this Eight of Cups reversed here, and you're not turning your back on him. You're not completely detaching from him when you really should, because then I've got these two surrounding it, so, you know, sort of saying why you should. Like I say, the emotional connection's just not there anymore, and it's because you won't be able to trust him. And then I've got here a scenario which could come to pass. I have passionate communication, Cupid's arrows right there, with the King of Wands, and I do see a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sag coming in for you. However, it's going to be sort of tainted really, because our wheel can't turn, you know. Guys, can you just tell Linda to refresh her page? But yeah, like I was saying, if you're not going to fight to sort of let go of this guy, your wheel's not going to turn, you know what I mean? Your wheel of fortune in terms of love is just not going to, it's not going to turn. And you could miss ample opportunity with someone else. You know, there's a reason why these two have been thrown out. I feel like, Sahara, these are your incentive right here for letting go of this guy. Now, you asked me the question, do I think he's going to come back? I'm going to be honest with you. I think he will try his luck. I do. The only problem is, I don't see it being honest in the slightest. And I think this is where you've got these two options now. Where you can go back when he gets in touch, because I think he might. Where you can go back, but this connection's just not going to be right. You know, I mean, it's like a broken vase, isn't it? Once it's broken,